fam, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be lonely. Be the fam, that's what they call me.
Welcome back, guys. Here, let's just keep it rolling with Blaydes and Volkov's card. So, Courtney Casey, who's 9-7, is fighting Gillian Robertson, who's 7-4. Joe, you want me to start this one? Or you want to start this one?
Go ahead, brother. You start this one.
All right. So with these guys, with these girls, my bad. I feel like Courtney Casey just came out with a big win in her last fight against Barella. I'm not trying to be biased because I'm a big Gillian fan. But just the way she looks so like clean. I mean, she looked good when she fought Barella, and Robertson's coming off the loss from Macy Barber, so I understand it there. But Courtney Casey isn't no joke. She's an animal. Her boxing's very legit. I think her last 3 losses were split decision losses,
close fights.
Close fights, and she's definitely someone that's been getting overlooked. Her record, I know, doesn't really show it, but that shouldn't really matter anyways. Robertson, I feel like if Gillian wants to win this fight, she's gonna take it down to the ground, and she's really gonna have to play really smart with her ground game, because Courtney Casey has some sick BJJ behind her. But I'm hoping it. I'm hoping that Gillian probably gets her. But if I'm trying to be trying to go up on this card, I'm probably gonna take Courtney Casey with the second round TKO.
Oh, TKO, huh? I think it's gonna be very, very legit. Like you said, I think that a lot of the ground games gonna get canceled. They're both legit jiu-jitsu practitioners, so I think a lot of the ground games gonna get kind of canceled out. I would say on a lot of occasions that she was getting beat up by submission because Courtney Casey is legit. She's actually just coming off a big flip around. I thought she fought 5/16, so like 3 days after your birthday. So over in the Harris card, so it was, that stuff was just really slick, very beautiful, well timed, and I'm a big Courtney Casey fan. I think that she's had some Fleece Herring. I thought she won. Michelle Waterson, really close fight. I also think she might have won that fight. So it's kind of one of those things like I think names kind of edged her out, and then I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think that she can keep the pace on. She has better stand-up than Gillian, I think. But that jiu-jitsu of Robertson, man, she's been training up there in Canada. She's been doing punter gaming, so we'll see. I'm gonna go decision win, or I'm gonna go Casey decision.
All right, and we'll move on. I'm pretty sure there's a middleweights, I do believe. I might butcher his name. Mark Andre
Bederyalt versus Oscar Pichota.
So, man, with these two guys, they're both on 3-fight losing streak.
Backs on the fence.
Backs on the fence. So I feel like this one's definitely one to really watch, because with that being said, it's the jobs right now. I feel like they're fighting for. So it's definitely something that
it's gonna make it or break them for sure.
Exactly. I've watched both of them fight. I've watched Oscar fight more frequently. I've seen him fight more than I have Mark, but I'm actually gonna take Mark on this fight. I feel like he's fought definitely the tougher competition within the UFC, and I feel like that might give him a slight advantage on that. I can't really protest on this one. It's just one of those fight cards, man. But I'm gonna take Mark. He might just get the decision win on this one.
Yeah, man, this can actually be really interesting, because like you were saying, they're both backs on the wall. Both of them are at 3-fight losing streaks. Pichota just got knocked out. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about the guys. Bederyalt hasn't been finished. He's been taking a decision loss. And in this guy's last 3 losses, Pichota's, he lost to, Granite, Rodolfo Vieira, Gerald Mearshart, and Soriano. Soriano bangs out. Soriano knocked him out. Then he got submitted twice. Before that, he was on a 3-fight win streak. His last 6, he's 3-3. It's really interesting, guys. You know what I mean? This could really go either way. I'm gonna go Oscar Pichota in this fight. I think that the competition's been definitely equal. Mearshart, Vieira, Soriano, The other guys are pretty sick too, but I'm gonna say that Pichota comes in there, backs on the wall. So is the other guys. Someone's getting knocked out. Someone's going to sleep. Someone's gonna come out there banging out. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go Pichota, second round knockout, maybe third.
All right, man. And we're gonna hit this last fight right before the break.
No, we'll hit four. We'll hit.
You want to hit? Okay, so we're gonna hit these last two. We got Tisha Torres, who's 10-5, and she's fighting Brianna Von Buren, who is 9-2. Hey, man, this
gonna be a bar
this gonna be a bar burner because Tisha Torres has always been, I feel like, on the top of the strawweight division. She's never been champ, but she's always been that tough competitor.
They're
Contender.
fighting at 125 at this one, aren't they?
I'm not.
They are fighting at 125. Yeah.
Hey, well, that's different. Now she's gonna have to cut that weight, so that's gonna be something different. This one's gonna be crazy. I really feel like because Tisha Torres, her wrestling's legit, her boxing's legit. I haven't seen much of Buren, but I feel like she's like built like a tank from what I've seen, like a little bit of
Scrappy.
Scrappy. I mean, and that's why one thing I love about Tisha Torres though is when she scraps down like with her and Jessica Andrade. They threw down her and Angela. It's crazy, but I definitely want to see much more of Buren just because I haven't seen her. Seen a whole lot of her. But on this one, I'm going to stay safe. I'm going to go Tisha Torres. I do see this going to decision.
Oh yeah, man! I love Tisha Torres. I'm stuck in between Van Buren and Torres. Van Buren hasn't been beat since 2015. She's really good on the ground. But then again, that's where Tisha is, and I think Tisha might edge her out on the stand-up a little bit. So I'm going to go with Tisha Torres, the decision. I think Tisha is veteranized. It's definitely the toughest fight that she's had to fight. And I think the fact that Tisha Torres is such a big underdog is crazy to me. Like, we could go to Vegas, we could put a bunch of money. Same with Clay Guida. We can put a bunch of money on her and Clay Guida this weekend and win money. And it's like, where's the respect for the veterans, man? I think Tisha Torres is going to come and show why she's been in the game for so long and who she is. Guess we'll see what happens. From going, like I just said, going from there, we're shooting into Clay Guida and Bobby Green.
These are the guys are the main event, the prelims guys.
Two veterans.
And I think this is going to be the cool thing about it because you have two veterans. Not only that, you got Bobby Green, who's 24-10-1, who's not everyone's like overlooked him, I think. But then he's fighting Clay the Carpenter Guida, who's 35-19. Man, he is my personal idol. I've always looked up to this guy. I remember when
we were kids.
Yeah, ever since when he was like a Pettis fan, and when I was a Guida fan, man, and it felt so awesome being able to talk shit, saying how Clay Guida beat Anthony Pettis' ass. It just felt so good, and how he beat RDA. It was just awesome. But that's not the point right now. The point is with these guys. I'll start this one off because I just love Clay Guida. I love his scrappy mentality. Every time he's like Mike Tyson, you see his fucking hair, swinging everywhere, and man, I feel like he's gonna throw down with Bobby Green. I definitely think that he definitely has to worry more. I'm pretty sure his last fight he fought Jim Miller, I do believe.
Yeah,
and
it was Jim Miller.
He actually was clipping Jim Miller, and then he got clipped, tried to shoot a takedown, got caught in the guillotine, and got put out. He's definitely fought the tougher competition by far, I feel like, because he's, you name it, you have Brian Ortega, Joe Lozon, Charles Oliveira, Anthony Pettis, Jim Miller, already. He's definitely fought veterans and some firefights. Diego Sanchez.
Oh yeah, one of the best fights.
Yeah, I'm not trying to count Bobby Green out because Bobby Green is an underdog. And I've always said from the beginning, I love underdogs, especially when he fought Josh Thompson. No one gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I was the only one taking him, and he was able to actually beat Josh Thompson up, and that was saying something. But like I said, I'm going Clay Guida in this fight. I think that he can edge him out. I think that he can take that fight to decision. I think he can out grapple Bobby Green. And that's just my personal, my own personal opinion on it. I know people might say differently, and that's all right. It's just my personal opinion on it. Clay Guida is training with Team Alpha Male, so it's it's a good grappling place,
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna go. It's kind of one of those things. They're both veterans. I don't think that once again, kind of stalled out on the whole the competition thing because Bobby Green's fought the best also. You know, he's been in the game for 10 years. Same with Clay Guida. Bobby's won 2 of the last 8. Clay's won 3 of the last 8. Kind of shows you where they're at. It's kind of crazy. They're both on their way out. It's kind of sad because nothing but love for both of them. But I think whoever loses this fight is really honestly going to get cut from the UFC. And it's kind of crazy to even say that or hear Guida won't be in the UFC or Bobby Green won't be in the UFC. But
I feel like if it came down to that though, because Clay Guida is up there in age, and I feel like he would want to retire in the UFC. He's been there for more than 10 years, about 15. You know, he's been there for a long time, man.
Well, if we go back in this like 4 fights ago, he looked really good against Eric Koch. He beat Joe Lozon. Came back, lost to a feisty, on fire Charles Oliveira. Give him that. Beat BJ Penn, which is BJ Penn. You know, nothing but love for BJ, but he ain't the same BJ was. Then, you know, like he said, he's fighting Jim Miller. Jim Miller looks good, man. I really can't wait to watch him and Roosevelt Roberts. That's going to be on the card, this card. And, we're going to do the main card next, guys. We'll shoot 3 and then 3. And, you know, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate the love and support. Give us a like and subscribe. Please keep following us, guys. I promise you, we'll get better. We'll keep bringing on guys for you. So, JMC Fight Production.